Hello, everybody. Welcome to Truthcast TV. And well, what do we have here? CNN finally meets karma. Now, like I said, I don't encourage violence and looting and all of that good stuff. But I must admit, when I seen this happening to the CNN building in Atlanta, it just put a smile on my face from ear to ear. It's my birthday weekend. I wasn't even going to make another video. I was just going to enjoy my birthday for the whole weekend, sit back, relax, and do nothing. But when I seen this last night, I knew I just had to make a video about it today and bring it to my subscribers because it's just too good of an opportunity to pass up. I mean, this is really what I've been wanting to happen to CNN for years now. And finally, karma has come to pay them a visit. Let's take a gander at what went on last night at the CNN building in Atlanta.
Marietta and breakout windows of CNN Center. It was just a short time ago that they started shooting what appeared to be BBs at us. I was struck with a BB pellet.
He was struck with
It's
a
unreal
BB.
to witness.
He was struck with a BB pellet. Yeah, he was struck with a BB pellet. I guarantee it. You know he wouldn't lie. You know a CNN reporter wouldn't lie. Karma is a bitch.
Is here, Chris. This police line, we just saw an officer extracted. An officer was down. We don't know exactly how they were injured. Another officer here that was standing on these steps took some glass in the arm. These demonstrators are ready to confront these law enforcement officers. You have law enforcement in heavy tactical gear, protesters that are, clearly ready. You just see something else happen there. Another demonstrator threw
People that are pissed off and fed up with fake news.
what appeared to be a large object at one of those SWAT officers. They're throwing signs at the police officers, and they're not showing any sign of dispersing. And about 15 minutes ago, they gave an order from the armored vehicles that had shown up here just outside. Those images, I'm not sure if you're looking at them. They gave the demonstrators an order to disperse. It was then that we saw more show up in tactical gear, tear gas masks, and that's when we heard over the radio that this was happening. They've broken out the windows here and are continuing to throw objects. There's just another projectile fired, appear to be a full water bottle. But there are officers that we can report. At least 2 officers have been injured. One of them, it appeared to be seriously injured. He was being dragged out. You could see what's left behind of this glass, the glass partition that separates the street. These demonstrators are now launching something that appears to be some sort of smoke grenade that they're throwing inside CNN Center right now. They're kicking it back out, guys. This is live happening in front of your eyes. They've just thrown, I think, Powerade or some sort of Gatorade or liquid, guys, on the officers. These officers are being confronted. And these demonstrators, they know what's on the other side of this. They've been warned. These officers have already fired or deployed tear gas into the crowd. We saw another with a long gun fire what appeared to be a rubber bullet at another demonstrator who had thrown a large object. You see these demonstrators are walking inside CNN Center at this point. It seems as though this man might be detained. He's being detained. Let's see if we can talk to him.
I will admit, that woman that went up and grabbed that guy, she's got some balls. You look at all them men that were standing back, and that woman, she went right up there and grabbed that guy. She's like, come here. You have hundreds of crazy-ass people out front, don't bother me. But I do hate that there are law enforcement officers that got hurt during this. But I must say, CNN deserves everything that's coming to them. The Communist News Network, the Clown News Network. That's exactly what they are. A left-wing radical, liberal, biased company that spews left-wing propaganda out of their mouths every night, day in and day out. Chris Cuomo, Don Lemonhead. I mean, it makes me want to throw up. I'm serious. They make me sick to my stomach. And well, like I said, I must admit, this right here, just it makes me really happy to see this. I'm sorry, but it just does.
Rock just thrown there at police. We're right behind the police line. These are very large objects. Police being hit. This demonstrator, let's see if we could ask him why he was here, guys. Hey, why did you show up here today? Why are you here? Why did you come here? What made you show up?
There needs to be change. Here in our country, it's not black, white. Officers need to be trained better.
You took me off the air?
No, Nick, you're still there. You okay?
Okay, that's cool what he just said. So, but why didn't he mention and CNN's fake news? And y'all need to have better journalist ethics and morals and values. That's what I would have said. Just saying.
Hey, yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. I didn't know if I was taken off the air. This is a live acted situation.
What did he say? I couldn't hear all
heard
of it.
that there. I was trying to get an interview with the demonstrator. He said he wanted police can do better. Police can do better. I'm here for change. We've heard the chants of no justice, no peace. Another large object just thrown there at CNN. This is our home, Chris, you know. This is where we come to work every day. Journalists who are trying to tell the truth, trying to deliver information.
Did you hear that? This is a hold on. We have got to back that up to about right here. Let's hear what he just said. The audacity of this guy to just say what he just said. Let's listen.
Police can do better. Police can do better. I'm here for change. We've heard the chants of no justice, no peace. Another large object just thrown there at CNN. This is our home, Chris, you know. This is where we come to work every day. Journalists who are trying to tell the truth.
Journalists that are trying to tell the truth? Oh my God. Wow.
Trying to deliver information. It's one of the
trying to deliver left-wing propaganda. Not information. Left-wing propaganda.
Parts about society, and these demonstrators have decided to come here today to take out their frustration and their anger, not just on the police, but it seems on our CNN center as well. These police officers now are advancing. They're grouped together as those objects continue to fly, being blocked by SWAT team shields. There appears to be one person in front of the demonstrators, Chris. I don't know if you can make him out on camera. He's got a white bandana on with his shirt off. He's trying to keep his crowd back and to try. It appears as though this is happening right live in front of us, that they're understanding the gravity of the situation here and what might escalate next.
So, Nick,
as this is happening,
Nick,
you're seeing just
CNN's not used to covering anything live as it happens. They're used to staging everything. That's the reason why you just heard him say that, because they're used to staging everything and then cutting the cameras on and pretending it's live, pretending they're getting breaking news when really they stage 95% of everything they do.
next to us, Chris. They're taking objects.
And so do most media outlets. So don't get it twisted. But CNN is the worst for faking news.
Out of McCormick and Smicks to try to remove large objects away from the demonstrators.
Right.
Go ahead, Chris.
Nick, are the cops that are inside the CNN center the only cops that are there, or are there more cops on the backside of this crowd?
No. We're giving you a different vantage point, a different perspective. There's a larger police presence, but what has happened here...
Let me speed this up a little bit, because we ain't going to sit here through the whole 15-minute clip, but I just wanted to show y'all at least most of this. Now, look at this idiot. Look at this. Look at this fucking guy right here with a skateboard. Well, look at this. Look at what he does with his hand right here.
Which is they expect these windows to be broken and people to advance. And this is going to be the line that the
He
officers
just cut his hand and now he's trying to act badass.
draw that you will not come any further than this. The decision that's more complicated for them is whether or not to move forward because they only have
He said he's ready. Fuck fake news.
where this white guy with the skateboard is standing. That's the only way out of
Shit, they just shot him with a taser and he just ripped that shit out like it was nothing. Damn,
the building for them.
boy right there geeked up, ain't he?
And they will not fit through there.
Yeah, that's right.
And that is a very dangerous thing to do. So they are doing a stand and hold right now. What are you hearing?
Well, it's pretty clear that these officers are nervous. They're seeing this situation de-escalate. They're trying to, as you say, hold this line here. And to the credit of the police officers so far, we have seen them not use much force while they've been having these large objects thrown at them. They are establishing their presence right now. There's no doubt about that, holding this line here, Chris. And, we're watching it happen right in front of us.
Well, they are preparing for what they anticipate to be a rush of the building.
Red beams putting on this individual here in front of you, and the man with the skateboard. You've got, weapons pointed at him. This is just so sad to see happen here.
Now, that's what the umbrella is about, is to try to block the officer's vision of what's going on. The question becomes, once this guy with the skateboard succeeds and breaks the window, what does it mean to the crowd? Is that the satisfaction they want, or are they going to try to advance? And God forbid they do, you're going to have a very different situation.
Well, we'll be live right here covering it all, Chris. We're right behind the police line. They're clearly, the officers are outnumbered. Those demonstrators.
Oh, he just taking that. Damn, I must admit, he is taking them tasers like a fucking champion, ain't he? He is just like flicking them off like it ain't nothing.
Demonstrators are going back, they're very deep, going back towards Centennial Olympic Park. I feel as though I believe I just heard what I thought was a taser deployed. I don't see anyone, though, that was on the other end of it. You're seeing more shields, more reinforcements come into that line. Police officers telling their colleagues, directing them to where they need more reinforcement. We're seeing now more demonstrators come to the front. They seem like they're antsy, Chris. They seem like they're ready to charge. This is not a good look. This is not a good sign here for these officers on the other side of it. And certainly not for the demonstrators who are coming towards us.
All right, so Nick, let's just go through this one step at a time. First, you and the team have a secondary location for you? If they come through here and the police start going, you have a way to get up the stairs?
Sorry about the damn ad. Y'all know how YouTube does.
We absolutely do. We've managed to put ourselves in a position where, our viewers can see what's going on, though, we know safety, and there's no story worth risking your life over, Chris. We know that. I've got a daughter and a wife I want to get home to tonight.
You got a beautiful family. I see them all the time. You're a lucky man. You just make sure that the team has a place to go. You can always report later. And again, this is a tough situation because you have a small opening. And if they break the other window, then you have a bigger opening for the protesters to come in, although that would be a really, really dangerous thing for them to do. And then you also have another option for the officers to try to move the line farther outside CNN. The big question becomes, Nick, do we have any way of knowing what's happening with that crowd outside in terms of policing? Or is this it? Just these cops here? You said there's a larger police presence. Where?
There is a larger police presence, just east of me here, Chris. You have the majority of those officers here. That's where the reinforcements are coming from. The crowd is, we hate to give these estimates because we haven't talked to police, but there was over 1,000 people here, perhaps even closer to 2,000 people here. Officers outnumbered. They did bring in those reinforcements, the SWAT team, members of the bomb squad, state patrol, local police officers, plain clothes. They've given these orders already to these demonstrators to disperse. They were starting to gear up with tear gas masks ready to deploy tear gas when all of a sudden these windows started breaking and those projectiles continue to fly in the direction of the police, Chris. There's another one.
Well,
gosh.
So, and just so people understand what's going on, this is a big building, and this is an expansive lobby area. You are not in the newsroom. This is the front of a big
Chris,
corporate complex.
This used to be the world's largest indoor amusement park, the Wacky World of Sid and Marty Krofft, before Ted Turner bought this and turned it into what is the Omni Center and then became CNN Center. You know, this used to be the site of an indoor roller coaster. It still has the world's longest freestanding escalator. You know, thousands of CNN employees are here. It's connected to a hotel. You know, we
Wait, hold on a second, Nick.
The capacity of the hotel right now.
Nick,
go ahead.
Are those guys in front preparing to light something on fire? You see how they're wrapping his hand up right now?
It looks like it.
They're either wrapping his hand up because
like
he's going to punch the glass and he wants something to protect his hand. But I saw him pouring something on it. Maybe he hurt his hand, and they're just trying to wrap his hand. Just keep an eye on that situation. Hopefully he just is taking care of a wound, so if he cut himself, he's not going to bleed too much. Good. That's what it seems to be.
Well, they've already lit things on fire so far, Chris. They lit a police car on fire at about 8 o'clock. That was just, still smoldering. They've lit signs on fire. I mean, this is a crowd that came to confront police. They're angry. And we can't underscore, on the cursory level, you see the violence that is happening and unfolding right in front of our cameras. They're here under the premise because a black man was killed by police. They want to hold police accountable. Their message, however, has taken a violent tone here. And we don't hear the mention of George Floyd's name at all. We just see the violence happening here in front of us.
Well, this is a bizarre scene for people who aren't used to this. You have some people are laughing, some people are videotaping.
They just threw something on fire, Chris, a firecracker. It's on fire.
Damn.
Shit.
Nick, you all right?
You okay? You okay? You okay, guys? You all right? Is everyone okay? You all right, William? Okay, we're okay. Our crew's okay. They just threw a firecracker in on us. What was that?
That was born a firecracker. Like one of those.
Was that like a
pretty powerful firecracker?
It might have been a flashbang, Nick.
Our heart pumping a little bit.
It might have been a flashback. They may have gotten their hands on an undetonated flashbang that the police use, which does exactly what you just saw. Everybody's okay?
Good gracious. They just put something else on fire. Everything is okay, but they've just set something else on fire outside, Chris. We don't want to get any closer than here, but can you see what's going on? You pushing on that? Oh, okay. These demonstrators are starting out to make their way back towards the park.
Well,
they're loading. We understand. My producer Kevin Conlon says that they're loading tear gas canisters up right now.
But if that's tear gas that's in front of there,
and, security's
Nick,
telling us to move. Chris, I gotta go.
Yeah, Nick, if that's tear gas, you're going to want to get away from it because it's going to come up the stairs fast.
We're getting out of here, Chris.
All right, get yourself to a safer location.
We're getting out of here. We'll get back to you later. You got it. Thanks, buddy.
All right. So here's what we've been watching.
Americans are fed up with the fake news, and they're fed up with the unjust that happens every day in America. They're tired of the crooked police officers that can murder men in broad daylight and get away with it. And if it wasn't for them burning half of Minneapolis down, the officer that kneeled on George Floyd's neck and murdered him in broad daylight in front of bystanders would have never been charged. Probably would have never even been fired. If you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button. I've got more content coming next week, so stay tuned. And more importantly, especially in these times, stay woke. And until next time, I'm out.